Okay, so Nicole, they want me to call the meeting to order and do it.
Oh, it needs to be one of the board members.
Okay,
So
okay. I call to order. This is just a public
public meeting.
meeting, located at the ECUD office, located at 1039 North Moss Avenue, Odessa, Texas, Ector County.
At 2:12.
At 2:12 p.m.
This is a public hearing over the tax rate.
This is a public hearing over the tax rate.
Turned on.
Yeah. That's what's-
And so the floor is open for comment.
Wait, to record as well.
Oh, are you recording? Okay, thank you.
Hold on, I think I'm about to join the team, so let me hang up real quick, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead and ask if there's any public comments in relation to the public rate.
Okay, does anybody have any
Comments or questions?
comments or questions about the public hearing on taxes?
Yeah. Y'all should have had it on this November to put that M&O tax back in, whatever you want to call it. Make it so it's live again, so you can collect M&O tax. That's my opinion. You can start it out with 2%, 2 cents, you can do whatever. But that money's needed out here, you could. You guys have talked about putting in water lines. When I was president out here, we put in over 86,000 feet of water lines, but we didn't put services in. But you gotta have, people have to have access to services. In 2021, we come up with a number, put in 47 miles of pipeline at $63 million. And if you did $1 million, need to every year, and it's gonna take a long time to put it in, but with some small monies coming in, maybe from the state or feds, y'all could put in a whole bunch of pipelines out here with that M&O tax money. That's my opinion as well, kid.
So how do you do that when they just canceled the M&O for that year, Tony?
You gotta go out for election, people gotta vote on it.
Well, I mean, you said it should have been last November.
It's this November,
Yeah.
to put it
Oh,
on this
okay, I
November's
misunderstood.
ballot.
Okay,
I
I
think that-
misunderstood you.
I think that
you-
date's already passed.
Okay, I thought you said last November and I was thinking, well, okay,
No.
I understand now.
This, and Tommy, it's probably one of the few things me and you can agree on, but maybe not, but
Let's start.
I agree. We do need to get the tax back. Everybody on the board is not necessarily in agreement with it. But when we quit doing taxes, and this is for the public, the tax rate was 0.09929. And with the appraised value of what they're calling for this year on homes at 163,584, the tax for the year would be $162.42 for the year. But Nicole brought up a deal here a meeting or two ago. And because it's zero tax rate times 100, it's going to take us a little bit to build back up to what we had. But she showed a proposal of 0.01 up to 0.05. And 0.01 at $100 valuation, the taxes would be $16.36 a year.
I rest my case.
That's nothing. It wouldn't be very much money for us, but it'd be a start. And at the 0.05 at $100, would be $81.79 a year. So personally, I think ECUD ought to start being proactive and get ready and try and get the customers to be ready for it. This was a bad year for property tax, I understand. But I think they could see that they're getting more for their property tax from ECUD than they are other taxing entities. And there's been rumors of starting some kind of, I don't know, you just tell me something the other day, but I forget what they call it, but just charge a straight flat rate to the customer. And I'm not for that at all. If it's $16 a month, that's way more than $135, $165, $162 a year.
Well, that's something the board could pass on its own, just shove it down people's throat.
I
You
understand.
might as well be hard and feather drove by a pickup. Okay?
Yeah.
But this other deal, this would be an ECUD tax period. Look, guys, this is what you're getting.
And whatever we set it at, whether it's 105 or whatever, they're gonna still vote on that.
Let them vote.
And, I think the people would go for it themselves, but yeah, you're right. I don't think ECUD's gonna be able to survive, or they're gonna have to charge an outrageous amount for their water monthly, without that M&O tax. And with other things that ECUD is working on trying to get in and adding that to it, I think we start adding some base to our,
You get yourself in trouble. Been there, seen that, done it,
yeah, without it.
without.
Yeah, I agree. And because of the last couple of meetings and then getting shut down and not being able to finish them, we couldn't get it together to where we could even vote on it, whether we wanted to put it for an auction, for a vote, in November. And they drug their feet till we run out of time. So where we're at, we're gonna end up going another year without property tax. And, I just think it's a killer. I think it'll kill.
We'll start tomorrow about helping people understand that $160 tax a year, basically insurance is the pipelines in front of your house.
That's right.
That's what we got to do.
And it's gonna take a sales job. To a certain
Well,
extent.
you're a good salesman, you're done.
I don't know about that, but anyhow, but to answer your question, it is, and it's gonna take, I can't sell it by myself. I gotta have some people on board, here on board, and, this willing to, if I do it by myself, that's fine, but, I think as a board, we need to figure out a way to increase our revenue yearly. So that's where I stand as a board member on the M&O tax. I don't think it should have ever been done away with.
Yeah, that's the biggest deal, is it should have never been done away with. I think, one of the biggest concerns with a lot of people is that we do need it back, and I agree, we need it back. I don't think with the ESD that came in right now, and a lot of constituents were complaining that they were forced into that. Of course, they they could have gone out and voted. This is also something they could have voted on, whether they wanted it or not. And all I kept hearing and all I keep hearing is nobody's going to approve any of the new taxes this year. Nobody wants to. And I, inside the district, I don't think a lot of people will go for it. They like it, no taxes. The people that actually need the water that are outside the district, if they were able to vote, I think they would be the ones that would be pushing it, and it would make it happen. But,
To get a water line in front of every piece of property out here, and they could service area, 47 miles, and I put this all together with two different engineers, and it's $63 million, that's early 2021. Was given that to Mike Gardner, and also give it to the county judges. So whenever the budget come up this year, if y'all was involved with the budget making, the Ector County Commissioner's Office, begging for money, you could have got some money. Could have got $63 million, but you could have got some. If y'all didn't go to the budget hearing, they give y'all nothing. But you need to tax. That's all I gotta say, I guess. Anyway.
What you said, I think eventually, and the city may throw a kink in this with EJT or ETJ, whatever it is, extra. ETJ, extra, I think we ought to, annex everything outside of the district. They're gonna have to wait a little bit on water, but, everything from the loop to, 302, 866 to the interstate. You go at least 5,000 foot outside that as far as taxing. I don't think the city will. I don't know if they can stop us or not.
They won't stop you.
Can you download
They won't stop you.
But I think that ought to be, those people are growing and moving out there, and they're gonna need water eventually. And that's a lot of territory to cover. But, you can already drive down that 866 and see how much is going across, west of 866 now, and how far back they're putting in I don't know, a truck stop there at 866.
I think it's
and
Mark's.
down. Uh, I don't know if city's already annexed that in or what.
No. They haven't.
Good afternoon.
ECUD's got them blocked down there on Meter Craft Drive.
Nicole Pierce, please, she got kicked off the team.
Keep that in mind.
Okay, allow me to see if she's available. Sorry,
Can
can
I
I
ask
have
you a
your name?
question?
Yeah.
Daryl Pondo.
What,
Would it be financially better for the customers to pay that M&O tax than it would be water, to raise the water?
absolutely. I mean, because number one, I don't think they'd vote for 109,929 right off the bat. They might, but whatever they vote for,
Nicole?
it's gonna be less than what the, if you said, okay, I'm gonna charge every customer 15 cents or $15 a month extra, that's,
Is that like an impact fee?
I guess, I don't know how you get by with it, but, or what it's called, but possibly. But 10 months, $150 plus another $180 a year there, and your tax is gonna be less than that.
Well, the reason I ask that is because if you're paying the M&O tax, you know exactly what you're paying and where is your water bill, and so it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. And financially, for people that try to stay on a budget,
Yeah.
it'd be better to know that.
They know what your taxes are.
Don't call it an M&O tax, call it an expansion tax.
Expansion tax.
Expand the system. For people who don't have water. Don't call it something other than M&O tax.
Well, the
That's something from the Democrats. They might change that.
bad thing is,
So when you get right down to it, it's still property tax. I mean, you can call it whatever you want to. That's like putting lipstick on a pig or something. I mean, you're covering it up, and to me, that's a little deceitful, but you know. You're right, it probably does need to be something else, but,
It's not a real M&O tax. It's not maintenance and operations. It's expansion.
it ain't now, cause we ain't got it.
yeah, again, our biggest problem is that the people that have water, that have the zero tax rate, are the ones that have to make the decision for the expansion. And again, with everything, the tax, the tax increase that the county wants, the tax, the ESD, everybody's, I mean, I read the messages all the time, everybody's like, and believe it or not, I mean, Odessa pays, Vector County pays some of the cheapest taxes in the state of Texas.
I raised my case.
But
But
if it's presented right, Darryl, and in the right way, I think the people will go for it personally. Because they want water, they need water. And, it's gonna cost a lot of money, and,
So what happens? And I think in November of 20, when we did the M&O tax, I just had a vote. It was 67 for and 6 against. Y'all can make phone calls and get that many people out of here. See how easy that is?
that's another thing, getting people to turn out to vote.
problem out here is a little bit, I mean, the biggest population out here is Hispanic. And a lot of them rather not get into anything unless it actually affects them.
Well, and because.
Okay, so you can say you're inside the district and you got water, okay? What about your cousins outside the district that needs water? Are you gonna deny them water out there because it costs you $100 a year, or $50 a year, or $16 a year? You're gonna deny your family water out here? You gotta be kidding me. It's a guilt trip type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we did it. It's okay. You just gotta, anyway, I'll help you. I'll help you get it done.
No, we do need it.
I can't, okay. What, because of all the voting problems we have, why can't the whole district vote?
You're talking about all of us.
Everybody out of
Everyone in West
West
Odessa,
Odessa.
if they sign up to register to vote, why can't they vote?
For that?
They can't vote because they don't belong in the district.
I'm sorry.
People outside of the district are not allowed to vote.
Well, that's what she's talking about, though. People outside the district are the ones that need the water worse, and they're not allowed to vote. I mean,
That's kind of odd.
And there's, Nicole, we've talked about this before, haven't we?
Which part, Harold? I'm sorry.
Having people outside the district able to vote versus.
Yeah, so the people that would be for any type of election y'all had is only the people that are current ECUD, residents and taxpayers that would vote in your election. If you ever had like an expansion of district territory annexation that was on the election ballot, the current district territory has to vote in favor of the annexation, and then the proposed annexation area, they would also get to vote, but it has to pass in vote. That's the only time you would have where you have non-current residents of a district voting on an election. But like, let's say y'all had proposed a tax rate and it forced a November election, it's only the current ECUD registered voters that get to vote in that election.
So if we put on the ballot to annex whatever's not in the district right now, and it passes, and then on the next election, we put on ballot for a new tax, will everybody then be able to vote?
So again, it's for the annexation, it's a two-part. There's two separate ballots. They look alike, but it's your current residents that have to vote in favor of the annexation and the proposed area. So yes, theoretically, if that annexation election passed, and then the next go around, y'all decide to actually set a tax rate. Obviously, as we've talked about, you'd have to have the November election for any tax rate, even if you went to 1 penny for every $100 of taxable value, because your voter approval tax rate is zero based on your zero tax rate for this year, for fiscal year 2024, and then the one y'all proposed for fiscal year 2025. Yes, so those newly annexed people are now ECUD residents, and they would get to now vote for any future elections. And if those were tax rate elections, they would get to vote on it.
so next year, when it comes time for taxes, the best bet would be to propose a tax and let the ECUD district vote yea or nay on the taxes. The following year, we could vote to annex the people in that's outside of the district.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying one way or the other is better.
Well, we can't do both of them and enact the tax too. So,
Yeah, you can't do both elections at the same time. I mean, you could, but the tax rate part of it is only gonna be seen on your current resident.
that's what I'm saying.
The proposed annexation area wouldn't see that proposition on the ballot. They would
Right.
only see the annexation part.
Since
You
there's
can
no,
do them at the same time, but it's just, one ballot's gonna have two propositions and another ballot's only gonna have one proposition.
right. Okay.
And then just to confirm, because obviously I missed a little bit when I was trying to get the teams. Typically on our agendas, you see a separate public comment, which is a public hearing section instead of just public comment. But for number one, this was y'all's public hearing on the tax rate, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so members, but you let members know that this was the time to talk about the tax rate.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, thank you.
Anybody got anything else?
I guess if anybody's in favor of a tax rate, they might raise their hand. I
Well,
know-
I mean, somebody could certainly voice their support for a future tax rate, but as we talked about, y'all can propose higher and adopt lower, but y'all propose zero. So
Right,
for today's meeting, we can only adopt zero.
right.
Yeah. And I think for the most part, the whole board understands that we do need this. It's just some of us believe that it was probably the wrong time. Just hearing from constituents and everything, trust me, I understand we do need it. We need to expand. Expanding it, all it is more revenue for ECUD. And,
Yeah.
and we want to help our current customers and future customers. Definitely want to help out everything that's out of West Odessa.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand y'all are unique, I mean, y'all do have tax, well, taxpayers within your territory that, and our ECUD residents and registered voters, but they still don't have water. But I'll say, with the 50 plus, almost 100 water districts we represent, y'all are the only one without a tax rate, an ad valorem tax rate.
Wonder why?
Yeah, I can't, it's hard to fathom the fact that somebody would actually remove something that brings in some profit. But
But again, it's something y'all can,
yes,
luckily, I mean, as a taxing entity, y'all, you get to review your budget and adopt a tax rate every year.
Yes.
If you're paying taxes, your property taxes in the water part of the property tax that you pay,
No, sir.
shouldn't we have water already?
No, property taxes are not, water is not included in property tax.
Oh, not including?
Yeah.
property? Okay.
2 years ago,
That's what I'm trying to understand.
2 years ago, you paid an ECUD tax if you were in the district.
Been out here 13 years.
Are you
and
in
I
the
still don't
district?
have water.
Are you in the district?
Yes.
Okay, then if you're in the
Well, I
district,
should be, I'm on April.
no, we're not in the district.
No,
No,
easy in April. I mean, the water line is right on the corner, but they won't come across the road.
we don't have the money to yet.
They told me they wouldn't.
It will now,
That's how-
because the pressure's there.
We got the pressure up with the pump
The
station.
pressure. So how long would it take for them to run a line 500 foot from the, easy? to
As soon as
my
you get us $2 million.
house?
That's what we're looking at. To get a loop, a mile. That's what it takes.
500 foot.
A mile
so we're not just looking when somebody comes in and says, hey,
for one person.
one person. We're looking to see, okay,
How
you
do we
see
get
where you're
the
at, how
area?
many more can we hit? Is it gonna be, can I connect 100 houses with this $2 million project that we're gonna do? How many houses? And it's all about revenue and again, ECUD's not about becoming rich or anything. We're an entity that as we grow and we make more money, we expand.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because I'm confused on the tax part and, property tax part and everything like that. So that's what I'm trying to understand. If you're paying the taxes, shouldn't we have water
Well,
already?
but you're not paying the ECUD
I'm a
tax.
press, I'm a press. This is what those guys will charge. And I'm trying to get ECUD for them to get a backhoe and get people and them do it themselves. Why are they making all the money?
Okay.
Is there any more public comment on the tax rate?
That's all I have.
Meeting's closed. Way to go to the board meeting.
Do we have to get out of one and get into
He
the?
just did.
Yeah, we just
You don't
did.
have to vote.
Notice is hereby given, the Board of Directors, Ector County Utility District Director, County Home of Public, well, that's that one. Oh, okay. Regular board meeting at 2 p.m. at the district's board office located at 1039 North Moss Avenue, Odessa, Texas. 2:30. Sorry.
We already done
We've
one.
already done that.
Okay, 2:30 at the district board meeting room located at 1039 North Moss Avenue, Odessa, Texas, 79763. Daryl, do we have any public comment before we start?
No, they're all agenda items.
Agenda items, okay. All right, so I guess we move to number 2. Discuss, review, and take any action on regarding billable hours submitted to the district by external consultants, but not limited to engineers, water system operators, financial service providers, legal counsel, and other professional entities supporting district operations. I make a motion that we table this for right now. I think there needs to be some more discussion on this. This is about the lawyers and engineers and, you know, making sure we do that in order.
I second.
Okay. Ms. Kelly, would you like to comment on that?
Well, yeah, I was going to, but if you've already tabled it, can I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, well, I was just.
I wasn't expecting a second that quick. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry,
I wasn't expecting a second that quickly.
no problem. I'm getting really well trained up at this job anyway. What I wanted to say is, I'm talking about, expenses and as far as lawyers. And, one of the things that happened is I sent in, public information. And I said, you know, if it has to go to the lawyer, I don't want to be, you know, he can be out the lawyer's fees. But anyway, apparently some of your charges on there is because of me. And I'm sure this one page, it was one simple little page. All she had to do is just send me a copy of it. And I'm sure by the time we went back and forth and couldn't find it or whatever, because I've asked several times to have that. There's no telling what that cost y'all. And then this one right here is the same thing. She's having to look all this stuff up. And then they'll tell her how much that cost y'all. So part of her expenses is because of me. So, and I don't know why I went back and looked, because they said that everything had to go through the lawyer, public information. I went through all the meetings and I never did find that.
That was a decision a board made before us. That was a decision of a prior board,
The prior board.
a prior board.
Okay, well, if you give me that meeting date, I'll go back and look it up.
I'm not sure, but we'll look into
But
it.
it's still being enacted unless we do something about it.
Yes, yes, sir. That's how things work.
You have to vote.
Oh, all in favor? Aye. For tabling this one. Motion passed. Any opposed? Motion's tabled. Discuss and take action on district policy for reimbursement of continuing education and or training. I think we've had several discussions on this. The board requested at the July meeting that the general manager and HR director present a reimbursement of continuing education and or training policy to make sure that we weren't paying for an art class or something like that. Had to pertain to the job. This policy does not address the board's recommendation to reimburse Johanna for her cost before the policy was adopted. I recommend that this board, adopt this policy in their motion and agree to reimburse Johanna for the $2,400 that she's taken in the bookkeeping classes, not history, not art, not anything else, to further her education related to her job, starting in 21 through 24. She did not take classes in 25. So I make a motion that we pass this district policy for reimbursement with the addendum of agreeing to the reimburse Johanna for $2,400 of her education expenses. Is there any public comment?
Is there a second? Then you go to.
Oh, is there a second? Second by, Jesus, sorry.
Is there any discussion
Is there any discussion
Yeah,
amongst the board?
amongst us first?
yeah. And I may have misunderstood, but we're talking about reimbursement.
We're talking about reimbursing Johanna because
We're not.
But you got the whole,
No, so
we're paying for the classes.
here's the deal.
Okay.
The board asked me a couple of months ago to write a policy that would encompass all of education and certification, whether it's tuition or certification for being able to do lab tests on our water. So there's been a policy that was drafted, sent to you for review. There's also a sheet for your reimbursement that the employee would have to fill out. During that time it was brought before the board, in that motion was to reimburse Johanna for her education she had spent for her associate's degree in accounting. So after reviewing all of her receipts that she had, there was a total that was given to me of what just those classes would entail that pertained only to the degree program that enhanced her job performance with ECUD. Over the course of those years, it totaled $2,400. So this policy is only moving forward. It does not address when the board voted to reimburse her. So in your motion, you're going to have to adopt, if you choose to adopt this policy doesn't cover what you already wanted to do in reimbursing her. So you're going to have to not only adopt, but give permission for us to reimburse her, if that's what the board so chooses to do.
Well, what I'm trying to clarify is when we talk to the field hands
Mhm.
about getting certified
Mhm.
and stuff with PSC or
Mhm.
whoever, they informed us that they could not
So the
just
deal
cough
is,
up the money, for that deal. And what we're referring to this is a reimbursement. So technically, it's not a reimbursement if we're gonna pay for their stuff. We're gonna pay it up front. You're gonna pay, if one of these girls decide they wanna take an accounting course, we gotta pay it up front, just like we're gonna pay for the field hands up front, so they can do it.
Yeah, I think.
Or is that, or I misunderstood it?
no, because the policy, it'd be like, let's just, not that I want to pick, well, let's pick on Demetrio. So let's just say Demetrio decides that he wants to take some courses in human resources or in drafting or engineering, which helps us. If the board decided they wanted him to go to school at Odessa College at night, then he could pay for those classes, come before HR and myself, get it approved by the board, and this policy allows for us to reimburse him if it has been approved, because this policy takes it through the whole channels. What you're referring to is if we bring PSC into train or I send any of their employees somewhere else. So that's a totally different subject. That's not this.
I'm sorry to disagree, but it's the same thing. If you're paying for their schooling, whether it's with PSC or OC or whatever, it's the same. You either pay them all up front or you let them be reimbursed. One of the two. We're an equal opportunity employer and it needs to be equal. And what we got here is not equal because them guys sit right here and told us that they could not afford that upfront money. And I believe Troy said, well, we'll pay for it. That's all right. And you don't have to sign no paperwork, don't have to work a year, don't have to do nothing. You can go to that class and we'll pay for it.
The difference, here's the difference on that, John, is, getting your training and all that, it's refresher courses versus actually passing a class. So,
Some of it's not refreshing.
You're not getting a
If they finish the course, they get a certificate.
you're not getting a degree and you're not getting.
yeah,
This is concerning a degree, correct?
You're
Yeah, it's totally,
You're dancing,
it's different,
you're
but-
dancing around. You're not being equal to every employee that we have.
I
Okay,
think it's
John,
in your
we're,
interpretation and unfortunately my interpretation and yours is not the same. So, but we're okay.
No, we need to agree on
Well,
that.
not me, this board does.
Well,
It's not my policy, it's
I mean,
yours.
if we're gonna offer reimbursement to one, we need to offer it to all of them.
I agree.
And I personally, if I was an employee here and they didn't, I could send me a lawyer.
Well, but in this
this is how you do it.
is how you do it.
That's not the same, Troy. I'm sorry.
Well, I know the classes for our field hands are being planned and given right here. So we're fronting all the costs for those things. This is more or less if Perla wanted to eventually take over for Johanna and Perla took accounting courses, this would cover that.
An employee is an employee, no matter whether they're in office or in the field. And they're all doing something that benefits ECUD. So we either need to take out reimbursement and say we're gonna pay it or do something, because to me, this is playing games with words and it's not the same.
Did I have a motion on this district policy for reimbursement?
You have a,
You
you
already
have
had a
a
motion.
motion and a second, so
Okay.
call the question.
I think- Call the question.
No. I think we just have to get it out of the way. I'm fine with the policy as it's written. All in favor, say aye.
Nay.
Aye. 3 ayes, 1 nay. Motion passes. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find which paper I'm on now. To discuss, review, and take action on the adoption of the district's tax rate order, they have zero.
Do not have my.
I'm sorry, I moved it up. Discussion
Okay,
on,
I probably really don't need to be talking about the same thing, but I know that all prior before companies that I worked for, it was always equal opportunity. If they wanted to do something, they came to the board, we either approved it or disapproved it. When they finished their class, then we reimbursed them. And that way we knew if they finished their class and all that, and they reimbursed them. But everyone was always treated equal. It wasn't, this one could do this and this could do that. It gets it pretty complicated. And the company I worked for was all different things, the delivery people, the office people, the whole thing. But you gotta treat everybody the same. And if you're gonna invest a whole lot of money in, like you're gonna do on the certification, there would be some kind of length on there. You're gonna stay with the company for 6 months or a year. And that way, because that's a lot of money for somebody to take it and then walk off. Now, you can't make afford, be able to afford all that, that's fine. But if it were me, I would have had a workshop just for this without company again.
okay. Discuss, review, and take action on the adoption of the district's tax rate order of zero. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
I think.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion passes.
That 4-0.
Yes, ma'am. That one was 4-0. Discuss and review and take action to approve the 2026 budget. The workshop was held Monday, September 8th. I don't, okay, I'm gonna make sure. Um, I do want to make one comment. You know, I know that we went up and went down on one of the rates for the water station, and we went up on, lawyer fees, which is fine. That was a decision that was made by the board. But that limits our profits that we can reinvest next year. So before we start thinking about how much we want to spend money, if we make enough profit, we can invest in more water. That's all I'm saying.
That just comes down to us utilizing what we have here and
Not using outside
and
sources.
that's exactly.
Yeah.
So
And that's
falls
the
back-
comment I was making.
Yeah, that falls back to the board.
The water station is liable to change if we don't exactly what.
Yeah, I mean, if the water station takes off and everybody out here starts using it, we could blow that profit margin away. It could be way high. Hopefully, pray God, but.
And if we work together, we can watch the legal piece.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
That's our
Absolutely.
manager all the way down.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I'll make a motion, we pass this budget as written.
Second.
Motion by Troy, seconded by Daryl. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Motion passes 4-0.
Hello? You know what, well, it's like standing up because my feet go sleep if I sit down too long. But you're talking about this budget, I just thought it would be hard for me to approve the budget like this, and everybody else is probably fine, but they only had 2 days to even go through the whole budget. I mean, that just seemed like an awful lot of, investments and an awful lot of things going on and not have enough time to really go over it. Maybe the next time, maybe they could, maybe you're planning on maybe getting their package to them a little earlier where they could have more time. That way John doesn't have to stay up so late.
Thank you, Shirley. And your next one is on 7. I'll put it right there. 6. Discuss, review, and take action to approve the 2025-2026 holiday calendar. Okay. It's the one with the blue ECUD on top.
We don't get the color on ours.
I probably accidentally got it. Okay, I have no problem with those holidays.
Basically the same that.
Same as last year.
The district's been passing.
I gotta wait for the motion before we discuss this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
I make a motion, that we approve the district holiday schedule. It's pretty much same since the origination of, the district. Do I have a second? Second. Daryl seconded. Any discussion, John?
What are we basically holiday on? Some national or?
Yeah, we look at what the county and the city's doing and then, pretty much try to match what they do. There's some holidays that, both of those entities take that the district's never taken and they've opted to use it for another floating day on this holiday schedule.
And the county's getting 2 days from Memorial Day.
That's where the floating
The
holiday
floating-
comes.
Because they get, Martin Luther King.
Why can't we move the floating holiday into, around Christmas or Christmas Eve?
Because they
I
get,
mean, Christmas or Thanksgiving, because the way those holidays fall. I never worked for a company or been anywhere where we got 2 days for Memorial Day or even 2 days for Labor Day.
if you disagree with it, just take the holiday off that you don't want them to have.
I think 1 day on Memorial Day is plenty Monday. And if you want to move it to somewhere else where there's double holidays, I mean, because Christmas is either Thursday and Friday, or you got on this one, you got Christmas Eve's Wednesday. Christmas is Thursday, and then, Friday. Is Friday an added, or why couldn't the floater be that Friday? You get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Because
Saturday,
we
Sunday.
matched the county's calendar and the county, you were at the county meeting on that day that they voted on the county holiday. And Judge Fawcett explained that they were trading a holiday and giving their staff Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off since Thursday was Christmas. And so since the district had always tried to match what the county had done, that's what I did.
Why don't we just kind of do our own thing here? Why do we have to follow everything the county does?
We don't. I just try to match those days since the community is already used to those holidays.
I like a motion
Again.
that we only have 1 day for Memorial Day, and that's Monday.
So there's already a motion on the floor and a second. So this is discussion. So
Well, I'm through discussing one.
Well, it would be hard to just get
I mean,
rid of
if
that
nobody-
holiday because we've already promised these holidays. I mean, I don't have a problem changing it next year, but I think since this is the way it's.
When was it decided then? I didn't have a chance to decide. You and Debbie decide that?
I didn't decide it. It's always been this way, John.
I mean, wait, well, we're not the same outfit.
Okay,
Go ahead, carry on.
call to question. All in favor? Aye,
Nay.
3-1. Did you say aye, Daryl? Yes, sorry. Okay. Number 7. I got you this time. Discuss and review to take action to approve the 25-26 board meeting calendar. I believe these are all on every first Wednesday, correct?
Second Wednesday.
Second. I'll get it right one of these days. Second Wednesday. Do I have a motion?
I'll make one.
Jesus makes a motion. I'll second it. Do we have any?
Can
board discussion, yes.
Um, what about the time? Is it, can we change the time?
You, in all honesty, even this calendar, in the event, I'm just gonna throw this out here, that, around Easter, for some reason that you can't meet because of the way that, Good Friday falls and trying to get the board package together, it is a real tight window. If we find that we can't get that package together, the board can move that holiday along with it, as long as you do public notice. This is the calendar that the board has previously passed. So then that way it allows the public and the board to know what dates are set so that you can plan whatever activities you need, your work schedule, vacations, or whatever around those dates. And that's why it's put in there. You can change the time. You could change your meeting time to Thursdays, Friday. You can change the time if you want. It is your board and it's your meeting and you can decide what you want to do. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's whatever you want.
But, and we haven't, because of the law, we had to move. We only allowed, you have to have it the packet and everything 3 days in advance now, so that should be less important now, because you gotta get the agenda items ready sooner. So I wouldn't think that would interfere with Easter, but I'm just saying that doesn't make any difference.
Is that the right holiday we looked at next time? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm not gonna.
Did I not explain myself? I'm saying we got 3 days now, we gotta get it out instead of just a couple of days, 72 hours. So you have more time to get the agenda ready, so the Wednesday, Friday, and Thursday, Friday does not enter into it that much. So
It has to be posted sooner than what it used to be, Leah, so we have less time.
I understand, I'm just saying it shouldn't interfere with the preparation.
We have less time.
We have a motion and a second on this. Shirley?
I just said 8 o'clock and 1 o'clock is not very good time for people to be able to come to a meeting. And some of the special meetings, y'all put at 8 o'clock in the morning and then 1 o'clock at noon. People are usually having lunch and then most times people are taking their kids to school and doing all that. It's just not a very good time to be having a meeting of any sort, whether it's special or regular.
Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind. I appreciate that. I will definitely keep that in mind. I appreciate that. All in favor? Aye. 4-0. I seconded it. Number 8. Discuss and review and take action on the annexation petition. This is pretty standard. Annexation for 2049. I want to put it right. The annexation petition for block 43, section 19, tract E, T2S, 2049 North Knox Avenue, Odessa, Texas, 79763. This is just the standard that we always get. I make a motion to approve. Got a second? Motion made by Troy, seconded by Jesus. Any discussion?
I got a couple of questions. When it says approximate number of users, are they talking per household?
Yes. No, they're talking, is it per household?
Per
Okay.
household.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know they had that. Is that how we determine whether it's single household? We both each have 4 on it for users. Then it's 1 each line or 1 each meter. It's a pretty good sized meter for 4 people. But do we ever follow up on any of these to make sure that not
But then,
the commercial part?
Yeah, we check. I mean, or do we,
Do we wait 6 months? Do we wait a year? Do we,
we go out and put the tap in and then, I mean, we can tell by the volume of water that they're using.
and you go out and check it? 'Cause, I mean, it's a little suspicious to me when a 3/4 would do for.
or half inch, yeah.
So, And both of them's that way. And I think it's on this one. Where's the tap gonna be? Well, it's, the reason I'm asking, in the picture, it shows the house halfway back on the property
You
away
know where
from
it is?
Knox.
Yeah.
It's on the end, on the end of the road of Knox, right? Yeah, in front of their house on Knox.
So in this little sketch here, we just put an X to where their house is.
You can. Well, I mean.
No,
I mean, y'all did that when you said.
Their house is here, this is another address back here.
Well, that's where the X is, that's what I'm.
Yeah, they're Xing that off,
2049.
is the front address.
So they gotta run the line from Knox all the way down to their property.
No, it's the front house, John. The X is, that's not covered in the back.
That's confusing, yeah. Okay.
All in favor? Aye. 4-0. Discuss and review and take action for the annexation petition for block 43, section 19, T2, south 2.0 acres of the southeast part of 1705 North Knox Avenue, Odessa, Texas 79763. It's all there.
It's 1705 North Knox Avenue. Petitions for the tap by the owner. All the legal documents are in order. They also were asking for a 1-inch tap. So 1-inch tap is $32.90, so they'll pay that once the board has approved it. And, fees will be collected. And then once the board's approved it, and they'll come pay their fees, and then our staff will put both of these taps in.
I make a motion, we approve this, annexation. Second. Jesus, seconded by Jesus. Any discussion?
So this is it, right?
Yeah, it's in 1705.
So notice, so what are we doing to make sure that they're not putting up multiple houses?
The water volume, we get a report on the water volume, how much water that property's using.
I mean, if it ends up looking like they're using more water, plus you have to remember, our guys are all over the place. And the community as well. If we find out that they're out there putting RV parks in there, and if they're trying, then we'll go back and we'll tag it as commercial.
At what point do we say, okay, how many RVs do you put out there before, or how many mobile homes? Because I've seen where I live, of course, there's not a water line there where they're doing this, but they've taken in an acre and they've put in 3 to 4 mobile homes. And, so how are we keeping track of that? And how would we address that once we see that?
So
See
again,
large-
it's when it's brought to our attention and we've discovered it, or a neighbor has, or anybody else calls and lets us know, then we change it automatically to a commercial rate.
Okay, but if it's more than one, correct? More than one mobile home on the property, more than one,
More than one,
yes.
or RVs?
Mhm.
Extra RVs, okay.
Yeah, and sometimes I notify the appraisal district so that they can zone that piece of property as rental income and commercial, and no longer all the property is just their residence. Because not only are they cheating us, but they're cheating the entire county.
Yes,
Do we have like a certain amount of gallons that we have on average, like this is from this amount to this amount, it's
Pretty
residential.
much, and John
this-
monitors
this
that.
is commercial.
John monitors.
So is it
Can y'all look at the property, like where I live? I have a mobile home that we live in.
I apologize, I acknowledged you, but you didn't fill out a comment.
Oh.
And we're just trying to move this. I apologize.
We'll answer your question after the meeting. How about that?
My bad.
It's okay.
We have a first and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Discuss, review, and take any action to approve all board members and general managers to sign documents related to district financial institutions.
The reason that this has to be done is because there was an election of officers, and so there's new officers with different titles now. And so we have to have it reflected in the minutes that the board approved for those individuals to be able to sign at the financial institutes, which the only one that will have to go back down and sign will be Prosperity again. Because the other ones, we don't have to. But just in case that something comes up to where we do as we go through audit. So it has to be reflected in the minutes. So even though you voted last month, it wasn't reflected in the minutes, to sign any, documents. So,
I make a motion, we approve this item.
Second.
Seconded by Daryl. Any discussion?
and this is for all board members. We just want to clarify it in the minutes.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? 4-0. Receive the general manager's report, customer delinquency disconnection, financials, county road funds. Yes, Debbie. Miss Haynes.
So as we went over during, budget, of course, I didn't have all of the actual breakdown that comes from ABR and the tax and everything. So I wanted to kind of go over some of those numbers. Here's a, even though this right here is in your handout, this is a little bit larger, so it might be easier to read as well. Okay, so, your revenue for August and actual, water service revenue was $632,955. Your, tap income was 17,800. Your new customer deposits were $8,900. For a total revenue of $684 and $9 for the month of August on your financials. As you go through, your actual expenses, your water, cost of water was up 219,000. The prior month was 203. Prior to that was 205. It kind of matches what was, purchased from the city of Odessa in the month of March. Leak adjustments were $2,707 for the month of August. Probably the only other fee that you might, want to be aware of is the PSC fee was down. And speaking of PSC, we, along with PSC, are going through to get our lead and copper water samples collected. I think we have to collect 30 of them, Josh.
Yes, there's 6 outstanding,
And
24 have been
we've-
collected.
and PSC went and delivered those bottles on the doors of the residents. And it's kind of hard to collect those back, because sometimes people don't go in and out their front door. Sometimes they don't realize how important it is. But with the diligent work of the staff here in the office and PSC, we've collected 24. So we only lack 6 because we really need to collect those other 6. And we've even made personal phone calls and emails telling them we're just trying to test your water to make sure that it's pure and clean and that we're here to make sure that your water's always safe. So we lack 6 of those.
How do we determine where those are done?
That we've got an inventory of them that were done that we inherited from the city, and we've actually gone out and checked them all and had to do that for TCEQ last year. And when TCEQ looked through the audited information on those tests, that we passed. So they're all been identified.
So it just varies through the district or?
It's more particularly in one certain area. Okay. As we discussed, moving forward, we're gonna try to separate out all of the pump station expenditures so that we can actually identify that, because your utility cost, for the month of August was $10,000. But again, the pump station's utility bill for electricity runs over 7,000, close to 8. So we're gonna break that down for you moving into fiscal year 26. Other than that, the expenses were really in line with the rest of everything else. So your total expenses were $412,361, which netted you at the end, after making your TWDB payments and everything, $125,151. Those are your financials. Moving on to some other points of interest. I really kind of wanted, I gave you the general manager's report that kind of covers how many calls and everything that was made. And of course, one of the things in your call, if you look at your sheet, you notice that there was an increase in phone calls to the district over prior months. And a lot of that was trying to field some questions with some misinformation that was handed out in a flyer that presumed that our actual public meeting on the tax rate was actually being held at the annex building, and that we were going to increase the tax rate. So unfortunately, staff had to field a lot of calls that were with angry customers thinking y'all were going to raise their tax rate, and that the actual notice that was published in the newspaper and the notice that y'all adopted was not the same. So that did increase all those phone calls, and it's noted. I wanted to really focus on the progress of the ARPA project. So there's some information, you've got this in that was a handout. There is, and I apologize if some of this is redundant that you've heard before, but there were 2 ARPA projects, bid packages that went out. There was a bid package number 1, which had five projects in it inside of that bid package, and then bid package number 2, which had 3. So when you go through bid package number 1, Madrid was given the notice to proceed with construction in November of 24. Bid package number 2, they were given notice to proceed on July 30th of 25. The completion dates for bid package number 1 were estimated about 425 days, and bid package number 2 was 330 days. So final completion date with bid package number 1, we anticipate to be at the end of January of 26. We predict bid package number 2 to be completed at the end of June of 2026. The original contract prices for bid package number 1 was $5 million. I'm just going to round numbers, 5.5. Bid package number 2 was 2.5. Bid package number 1 has had 2 change orders that were approved through the Commissioner's Court, since the Commissioner's Court is entirely funding this $10 million enhancement project to your infrastructure. Those 2 change orders totaled 116,580.31 for the 2 change orders, or that was 1 change order, and the other one was 15,359. So after you take into account the 2 bid packages from Madrid, of course, in the contract, there's a fee for Kimberly Horn. To date, this ARPA project is still on target to be $515,000 under its budget, which I'm hoping, of course, I can't foresee what they might run into. My goal is to try to get us to where the project that the board approved a couple of months ago on 3rd Street, that the Commissioner's Court will allow us to use the remainder of the ARPA project for that project. So as we move forward, I'll keep you informed on that. On project number 2, as you can see, bid package number 1, project number 2, it is really and truly complete, except for the 1,300 feet of concrete that was overlooked, that we did, which was change order number 2. So when you look at it, it says 91% complete, but it says that you were gonna install 13,166 linear feet of pipe, and in actuality, you're gonna eventually install 14,466 linear feet, and that's why that percentage is at 91, because it can't be complete 100% until they go back and do what we approved for the change order. There is water in that pipe. It is fully functional and working. Project number 3 on NOx is 100% complete, and it has, again, also been tested and bacterial tested, all the testing we have to do, and it also has water running in it. Project number 4 on Moss, it is 97% complete. There is water also in that new pipe that has been installed. The 3% that is left is just the cleanup of the road and some debris that we have to go through and do. They are in the process. Your project number 7 is 100% complete. So bid package number 1 with those projects in total is 95% complete. And they have already started on bid package number 2, which is project number 8, and it is 70% completed.
May I ask one question? Does the cleanup include them patching?
Yes, yeah.
Driveway good.
Yeah, they'll come back.
Sorry, I don't want to see us have.
No,
put that
they'll come
later.
back, they'll come back and do all that.
Okay,
That's just part of it.
all right, sorry.
So there are really 2 projects that they're still working on. We hope that the water station is completely finished. I'm hoping it's finished by the end of this month. But we'll wait and see. It might end up being in October, but I'm pushing for the end of September. So that kind of covers your ARPA project. I cannot say enough good things about Madrid, their staff. We have monthly meetings. They're very easy for me to get a hold of. When I've gone out in the field and walked the work that they're doing and everything, they're just a real good. I'm very, very proud of the work that they are doing. At any time, if this board would like to get in a pickup truck with me and go through and look at the actual projects or go to the pump station or anything, I would welcome that. I think you should be very, very proud of where, and as a community, I think you should be very, very proud of where you were and where you are today. And I do believe with professionalism and leadership that there are better things that are in store for this district. Are there any questions for me?
Come in.
Thank you.
Just to bring it up, for this last 2 months, we've been trying to get a update on Berkeley, and we still haven't got it yet. We're gonna include that next month.
What, I'm sorry,
On
Berkeley?
the Berkeley account, or the Mojo, please, whatever you want to call it.
Mojo Pump Station?
Oh, you're referring to the Redondo pump station?
Yeah.
Okay. The
Since
Redondo,
when did they change the name? I'm sorry, Jimmy.
it's always been the Redondo.
Well, it's usually Burke or Mojo Lease or something.
It's okay, I
And I
understand.
resent your reaction.
No, I'm sorry, I was confused what you were referring to.
No, you weren't. You've heard it mentioned. Carry on.
You got the wrong pump station.
You got the wrong one.
It's the Burke, it's a
Thank you.
Burke pump station.
That's what I said.
It's the, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
I said the Burke.
No,
You said
you didn't.
Berkeley.
Berkeley, Burke.
I'm trying to figure out what you.
Excuse me.
Okay.
You need to calm down a little bit too, stop yelling.
I'm tired of that crap.
Okay.
No,
That's,
I'm
that's,
sorry, you're
that's
right.
enough. Just enough. Stop. Everybody.
So to answer your question, Kelly, the cost to tear down that pump station was roughly $29,000 and change.
We already done it.
No, sir, we haven't done it. So that's what the cost estimate was that Demetra had given me. And so we want to move forward that. I think there are some, we have to get some outside bids and cost that we can look at. And so we have not torn it apart, but it is something that that we will begin to start to do.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for your report, Ms. Hagan.
Road cuts, did you go cover that?
So Jesus and I did go visit with Eddie Landrum about road cuts. Do you want to share what we learned on road cuts, or you want me to?
You,
You want me to? Okay. So on the road cuts, the county does not have any issues whatsoever with anyone can do a road cut, providing that they meet the county's qualifications. So just because that the county has a list of individuals that they have on a sheet of paper does not mean that's who you have to use. That's not who you have to use. So if you have somebody that meets their insurance requirements, and their specification, it's on their website, then they can do it. But you have to meet their specifications. They're not ours. They're not our specifications because they're not our road.
And that's how the insurance was.
yes,
Pardon me?
They have to have the insurance.
Yeah, they have to meet their qualifications because it's $1 million, isn't it? $1 million.
So does ECUD qualify?
Do we qualify to be able to do it?
Yes.
Um,
Without, I know we don't have the equipment.
no, we don't. Yeah, so are we in a position where we could be qualified? Yes. We could get to a stage to where we could be qualified.
I think that's more what the question was than
So,
outside.
you know, the difference is and we didn't, is that with the board just has to decide because we don't have a lot of staff. And so you just have to decide how you're going to set a policy of what road cuts you're going to do, which ones you can't do, what equipment you have to be able to do it, because we can't do asphalt, we can't do a lot of things, we have to sub it all out. The other thing is that our crew, especially with this ARPA project, I know that you automatically think that Madrid is really doing everything, but they're not. As those lines come in and are up in operation, we're the ones who have to go out there and turn all the valves off, to turn them back on, and it isn't just a 2-hour process. It's sometimes days to get it all up and going. So while all this ARPA project is going on, it's not that we can't do it, we just might be limited to what we can and maintain what we're doing.
And I'm not saying that we need to start doing it immediately. I'm just saying, I want to be able to do it.
Oh, me too. I want to.
So, yeah, and I understand we're not going to cut across moss. We're not going to do that.
No.
Small little, 1-inch line to get across the street or something. Yes,
Yeah.
we can do. That's what I would.
Yeah, some things that we can, but the deal is that someone's gonna have to incur the cost. So the customer's gonna have to hire ECUD to do their road cut. It is not in our budget to go do that unless that's what you choose to do with the money that was allocated for
And
infrastructure.
it's, no.
So that's-
We're still going to be the same where we're nowhere near where, where the county or the city can and take in some of that cost and help.
I don't have the equipment that Jeff Avery has.
So,
I do.
so,
I do.
yes, the question was, can we do it? Are we qualified to do it? And you've answered that, and it's something for the future to look at. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely, because it helps our customers, it helps our community, and it shows a partnership in trying to add more customers on. So So I'm the biggest cheerleader for it. Are there any other questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hayes. Discuss, consider, take action, and we can do this all at one vote. Discuss, consider, take action regarding the minutes from August 18th meeting and the accounts payable for September 10th, 2025. I make a motion. A second.
I'll take it.
Seconded by Jesus. All in favor? Or any discussion? Sorry.
That needs correction on agenda item number 5.
It needs a correction.
Motion, after discussion among board members, Director Kelly made a motion to table agenda 5, seconded by Director Kelly. Motion carries. I can't make both motions.
Oh. On the minutes.
I don't know who did it, but wait a minute.
Okay, is that all? We'll make that adjustment. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? 4-0. Any items for future agendas? Future agendas, anything that you want on a future agenda now?
No, I mean, all I gotta say is that, I mean, it seems like we're coming together. We're always gonna have our disagreements, right? That's the reason for the board. I just want everybody to understand that, the board works together. Debbie works for the board. Our attorney is part of the board. And we just need to make sure that everybody's doing and cooperating and helping out everybody. Because if we have somebody not responding, not acting on something that's been requested, it just will delay stuff. And a lot of our stuff we want to make sure that we do it in a timely manner. So we just want everybody working together. And I mean, if something comes up, an idea where we got to get with Debbie and hold a special meeting, so be it. We just got to make sure that we're doing right and everybody's in communication with each other. I think we all have the same mindset when it comes to ECUD and distributing water to the community. And I think we're finally getting to that point. And I know I'm learning enough too, where I'm starting to feel more comfortable with the decisions I make. Cause I mean, it's hard, you know, it's hard to, you know, when you sit back and think what we actually did is we're making decisions for all of West Odessa. And it's a big responsibility. So that's why ECUD needs to work together, county, everybody. And of course, there's gonna be times things get heated, but hey, it is what it is and we move on. We're here for the people, not for ourselves.
All right. Anything else?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We discussed this in our, budget meeting with the other day about the security, deposit account that we have.
Mhm.
I know that money is the customer's money, and if whenever they close their account, we have to give them that back. But I truly believe that not everybody's gonna come out at the same time
Yeah.
and close their accounts.
So, yeah,
So I suggest that
we try
we try to put that money into a CD's account,
part of it. Not all
like,
of it.
security, deposit money.
Try to invest a certain portion in a CD, short-term CD that we can cover the cost until the CD develops, so we can actually make a little more money to reinvest in the community, correct?
If you invest it, you make interest on that money, you have to pay that person interest on the money on their deposit. You need to check with Nicole on that.
Okay. That's something we didn't think of.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe if you'll handle that, if it needs to be discussed, or if we can do that legally or not. All right, I make a motion, we adjourn. Seconded by Jesus, all in favor?
I
Passes 4-0.
think Daryl on the road cuts, it's just a rock. All they cut needs is a rock salt.